What a game. What a game. What a game. Welcome to the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We here after the Sixers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sixers fought, man. Shorthanded 76ers fought hard against the Cleveland Cavaliers, man. It was a good game all the way until about maybe 5 minutes left maybe even 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, man. Sixers, shorthanded 76ers did all they could do, man. All they could do. But you know what we talking about tonight? We are talking about an emerging star coming for the Philadelphia 76ers. That's Jared McCain. Did I say that right? Jared McCain? Jared McCain, man, you see him growing on the court, and you know what you see. You know what you also see? You see players on the court looking to get Jared McCain the ball. That's not the coaches calling that, saying that. That's the play. You got players looking to pass him the ball. Point guard, when they get the ball, they looking where Jared McCain at. He building confidence in his team that he can get a bucket. Listen, we don't care about what was said about him early on the other. We don't care about none of that. Right now, he looking like he could play. He looking like he can play, man.
What that rookie in LA doing? That's the one everybody was talking about.
We don't care about none of that.
No, y'all don't care about that now.
Jared McCain is looking like he a player in this league, man.
Well,
who made the pick, Morey, whatever? He looking like he's a player in this league. So, all props to him, man. You know one thing I want to say? When I was watching that game, right, and I seen the flow of the game, and I seen the movement on the court, and I seen the ball swinging around. I know we talk about Nick Nurse a lot as far as his offense, but sometimes do the players make his offense stagnant, or is it him? Because what I seen tonight was a lot of motion, a lot of playing without the ball, a lot of players getting open, getting their shot. What I seen tonight is what I would like to see going forward. Moving, working without the ball, getting in spots, getting your shot, playing defense. I like what I seen tonight. The only thing I'll say is it feels like Nick Nurse was forced to play these guys. Now, since we've seen it, we're gonna talk about other guys because I know Tim pushes this Ricky Council thing. He's not ready yet for me. He's not ready. But some other guys think he'd get a little burn. Maxey, I even like Down, even though he got a couple minutes in the first quarter, he got no burn after halftime. I like Jeff Downton.
Whenever you're ready, let us do the go around. We can do the go around.
Oh, you trying to talk at a time like me?
Hold on. Listen. Let me get it off. And listen, hold on. Before we go further.
You know the protocol.
I wasn't familiar with your game. I wasn't familiar with
Well, the problem was that nobody wanted to listen when I was talking about him in the preseason.
Here we go again.
Wait, what? All we got to do is go back and look at our podcast when we were saying stuff. And all I kept saying was stop getting caught up in the TikToks, stop getting caught up in the finger paint. And all that other stuff.
You said that.
I said, if you look at it, and I said the one thing that he's not doing right now is he's not shooting well. He has to shoot well, but everything else he's done. Like if you watched him in games, he controlled the game. He fight for rebounds. He plays defense. He plays a solid basketball game. And now that his shot's starting to fall, and he's never lost confidence. Like that's even like when he came in one of them games. And I think he hit like his first shot, and his next shot was like a launch from way deep. Like he don't care, he gonna shoot it. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying with his game. To me, he has a polished game.
Thank you, Charlie. I agree with Charlie. Charlie said he wasn't doing nothing.
He wasn't doing nothing. He was playing the same way. His shot just
did nothing in the preseason.
Y'all definitely wasn't watching. He was doing the same things he's doing now, except his shot was.
I'll say this. I don't remember you giving all these supposed props you're doing, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. All I'll say is historically, the boys who you have told me was going to be nice have been cheeks. Like you told me Tobias. You told me Tobias.
Like John Morant?
No. Slow down.
Like Toby Bryant. Like Toby
Let's be clear about this. I was the first person posting on our chat about Embiid years ago when he was sitting out and everybody was hating, and I kept posting. I was doing that. I was the first person to say Ja Morant was next up. I was the one doing
No. When y'all was trying to argue that
this is about
Zion,
McCain
when
tonight.
you was trying to argue about
this is
Zion
McCain night.
and I said Ja Morant was no.
But let me get back to my point without being interrupted. Like,
well, you just interrupted me on mine, so now what? Ethan just
done,
took the whole first. Ethan just took 4 minutes. Then I start talking for a minute, and here you go. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Wayne Cook.
Go ahead. Let me sit
what I was saying was, you gave props to Tobias Harris, and I destroyed my confidence in you. Even though Tobias Harris is actually would be a much upgraded asset to the team over your boy Caleb Martin. Whoever, I'm not even gonna put Caleb Martin on you. Caleb Martin is playing trash. This is beyond how whack I thought the next player up could be outside of Toby. This is very disheartening. It's very disheartening. Even though he's not necessarily, it's kind of Paul George for Toby, so we do got the upgrade there. But this is disheartening how bad the boy Caleb Martin is playing. But I think, and I didn't see all the game. I came in around the third quarter. How did KJ Martin get any time? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I had my meeting tonight.
He ain't do that great either.
I mean, Caleb Martin had 18 and 7 tonight.
He had 15 points.
No, he has about KJ.
No. I'm saying Caleb Martin. He said Caleb Martin stunk. He had 18 and 7 on 8 for 13 shooting.
He was okay. He was okay.
I'm just saying, y'all saying like how trash he is.
I'm talking about overall, he's playing bad. I seen him. He
went 7 for 10 against the Knicks, 17 points.
What was he for 3 tonight?
Did you watch that game against like I said, the Knicks game, he got all them out. Now I watched the whole Knicks game. If you think he had a good game in this Knicks game, you don't know basketball. First of all, he got his last 6 or 8 of his points when Knicks pretty much gave up when the game was out of reach.
And he also plays solid defense, and he does a lot of handling the ball too.
He is.
I am underwhelmed by. He's not whack. I'm underwhelmed by the money they paid him and what was expected, but he's not. He's playing out of his position for real. He's doing too much ball handling. That's why when Paul George came back, it looked a whole lot better because Paul George was handling the rock.
Okay, so can I get?
But I wasn't even finished. I made one point. Everybody interrupted me. I did want to get on
like Wayne.
McCain. Yeah, Wayne interrupted me several times. But he accused everybody.
I mean, you made more than one point because you started talking about all the players you talking about all the players you was right about, and then you started talking about how trash Caleb. Then you started talking about other stuff. So go ahead.
But anyway, McCain is far exceeding my expectation. On a brighter note, even despite the loss, and this shows you why Cleveland's so good. Donovan Mitchell and the Bull Garland in the backcourt is incredible, and they got good coverage down low and all that kind of stuff like that. But McCain was in his bag. I mean, at one point, I think he was 5 for 8 for 3. He couldn't miss. I think he ended. How many threes he ended with? 6 or 7 threes?
6 for 13.
6 for 13. He kind of missed the little. He forced a couple toward the end that was kind of bad shots that kind of messed his percentage up. But that young boy, him and Mac, when Maxey get back, if I don't see them starting in the backcourt, I'm gonna be very, very disgruntled with Nick Nurse if that dude ain't starting with Maxey in the backcourt.
So go ahead, Tim.
Thank you. Dang, shut up. All right.
I just said go ahead. What you talking about?
All right. We listen. Shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Go ahead. Who wants to talk?
Come on,
Dad. Come on. Lord.
There we go.
See, that's your fault. You give certain people some pop.
Exactly. I'm gonna take it all away.
That's your fault.
Listen, the Cavs is there to know right now, and they're there to know, and that backcourt is not that tall at all. The fact that they are winning those games, we can actually play with McCain and Max in our backcourt. It'll be equivalent to them with Garland and Donovan.
Yes, as long as we have Embiid in the front court.
As long as you got that height, they got a 7-footer and a 7'1" dude as that power forward, and that center 6'9".
But you already told me that small guards couldn't work though.
It's working right now. It hasn't always worked, but right now it's working. So if I see a trend, I can go in there and jump on a trend. Okay. Historically,
so you Joe.
Yes, historically, Steph Curry his game wasn't natural for the NBA, but now it is. It works. So like
he's a different animal though. He's a different animal. But go ahead.
Like I was saying, right now I'm liking what I see with those two, and it was a blessing in disguise that Drummond not playing today, because I do think that I'd expect a little bit more from Drummond this year, and so just having Yaba in there as the starting center, I like that idea actually. That wasn't too bad. He played well. But as far as Cleveland, man, what they're doing is they have a really nice team. I think that they actually have a potential to be the number one seed in the East right now. I know Boston is the favorites, but if you just look at Cleveland, they got scorers all over their starting five.
And they got the young bull coming off the bench, Todd Jerome. I mean, heating up. He started heating up, but he was actually playing like a little bit of time. And then for some reason, they wanted to roll him in the Golden State game, maybe because it was a revenge game, and he blacked out. I think he had like 5 or 6 threes against Golden State, and now he's been getting all kind of clock, and he came in splashing against us. So, I mean, they got shooters, they got scorers, they got defenders, they got the perfect recipe for a championship run, and they got young athletic players. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, see, I think Bona, he has no offensive game.
He wrong.
So, but if you could find spots to have him in there, I mean, if you have spots where you can put him in there in certain spots with Embiid, I wouldn't be mad at that because Embiid can be on the mid range and he down there. And excuse me, I kind of like the idea of McCain or Maxey off the bench. Of course, you're not taking Maxey off the bench, but I like McCain being that influx of energy to come in. Not just because you come in off the bench, don't mean you got to start. You said playing the start, play the point.
Play the point.
No,
bring Laurie off. He could. First of all,
why do you bring somebody on the bench?
If he could naturally play,
me?
Yeah, no, remember like 2 years ago, you was trying to put Maxey on the bench.
And what was the whole point of what I was saying? We needed bench scoring. When your bench is doing nothing, you need somebody to handle that second team. When your starters and your big guns is out, you need somebody that can handle that. And that's why I'm saying to me, McCain. I ain't saying that you got to give him bench player minutes. I'm still saying you can still get big minutes. You don't got to be.
That man is a starter. That man is a starter. Okay.
Y'all ain't even want him on the team. Now all of a sudden he is starting.
Why you bringing up old stuff?
How many times he got to say, yeah, Wayne was supporting him, clap, clap. You supported him, yes. I don't remember all the accolades that you try to act like you give him.
Wayne is an ally. We get it. Go ahead.
Wayne with all this love for
I'm an ally. Tell you people you're getting your toenails painted every week. So
yes, X-Man, I agree. McCain can actually run the offense. He can.
That's a good point.
Way better.
All right. Well, how about this? If both of them starting, then one of them still be in there on a.
Yeah, they're going to do it. Nick Nurse going to do it like that.
Bench. Yeah.
Man, do like put everybody on the bench. I tell you this.
But back to my only problem was. If this is the problem we talked about earlier, Wayne, when I think Tim might, when we thought back to back, you would switch it up with Embiid and Paul George. What are we doing? Why are they both missing the same game?
That's dumb. Yeah, that's dumb. That's
like
dumb.
you're really doubling your chances to lose now. So you got to figure out how to.
If we didn't have one of them, we may have been. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're right.
And I knew Embiid was lying when Embiid said, yeah, I'm going to try to play tomorrow. That was cat because he knew everybody jumped all up and down on him when he said he wasn't playing back-to-backs.
But I mean, who made the decision? Was it the team or the players?
It's the team. It's not. I want to believe
it's him. No, listen. You have to ask a player how he feels, right? You go to him and say, can you go tonight?
You can say that, but if they have a plan in place and this is what the team's plans is going to be, they're going to run their plans.
So does it take double as long for him to play himself back in shape now? Because the only time he's working out is when he's on the basketball court.
Well, they say
how you figure that?
They say he practiced when he scrimmaged with the team, but the way he looked yesterday, I don't know how much scrimmaging he was doing because he looked really, really bad yesterday.
I mean, that being said, listen, I agree with what Ethan was just saying. My biggest issue is if you're gonna be missing half of these games.
That's a big leap.
If you're gonna be missing half of these games, but in all honesty, looking at the roster, if you have a healthy Bede, Paul George, and Maxey, along with McCain, you got more than enough firepower to fight with some of these teams and good enough defense, in my opinion.
I agree.
What I like about McCain, what I'm enjoying watching about his game is he's kind of fearless. You know how?
Yes.
TikTok got him like that.
And
you can get in front of the camera and do all the stuff he was doing in front of millions. You got a lot of heart.
Well, I'm saying, remember with Embiid and Harden, they always had to give Maxey pep talks like, "Come on, you can do it." And then Maxey had it's like a battery that they get to put in his back. You don't need to put no battery in his back. He's ready to go. He's ready. I'll tell you one thing. I'm gonna go back. Maxey rookie year. If we actually had McCain that rookie year, though, Maxey, we would have got out there that second round of playoffs because he would have been more dominant than Maxey.
Maxey,
he's been better at running the point guard.
You gotta come. This is where
I'm telling. We only have 1 week. We have about 3 weeks.
Didn't Maxey have a 45-point game in his rookie year or something like that? This is where,
he had a 40-point game against.
But this is Denver. 3 weeks. 3 weeks into his career, NBA career.
Listen.
Ephraim, wait, real quick. I agree with what you're saying, but to the point that Tim, I don't know if Tim trying to make this point. Our biggest problem that year was point guard position. Yep. McCain is a better point guard facilitator type.
My whole thing, I forget all that. He's talking about if we would have had. You talking about, I guess, the Atlanta series.
Yes, our problem was not having a point guard.
Okay, the Atlanta series that Maxey won Game 5 for us. I mean, Game 6 for us, and then got pretty much benched when Ben Simmons came back because Ben Simmons was in foul trouble Game 6, and we won that game because Maxey had 25 points. But if Maxey would have played more Game 7, we probably would have won that. But now we would have won all the time. See what I'm saying? Like time.
You don't think McCain can run point?
I'm not.
I ain't saying you. I'm not saying you.
I'm saying we could have won with Maxey. If Maxey would have played more, I've been saying that for 2 years. I've been saying it about 3 since the game happened. If Maxey would have played or started or at least got more minutes in Game 7, we could have won Game 7. So I'm not here to try to diminish what McCain is doing. He's playing well. But I'm not here to get carried away and act like he's ready to take over the team and put Maxey out the pasture.
Oh, I ain't saying that. I want to say that. We said start both of them. And I'm just
put them two in the backcourt. But you're trying to act automatically just elevate him over Maxey, saying if he was there, we'd have won and Maxey wasn't good enough. No, Maxey was balling. We won, but we got to Game 7 because of Maxey.
That's what I hear what you're saying, but our biggest problem that year, especially whenever Ben went to the bench, we had no other point guard. I'm agreeing to your point, even though Maxey's still the better player right now. In my opinion, he's offensively, he's still. But McCain knows how to switch speeds. McCain knows how to create space and make shots in tight places. McCain is a 3-level scorer. He can attack the basket, he can hit the midi, and he can shoot from deep.
Our problem was our starting point guard wasn't playing like
Maxey more of a two level.
That was our problem. That's why we lost, and he wasn't even attempting to score when we needed him to score. Maxey came in there and got buckets. Game 6.
Our problem was we didn't.
Our problem that whole season we didn't have a backup point guard.
We didn't have a backup point guard.
Okay, why did we win Game 6?
You talking about that game? We're talking about the whole season. Our bench, whenever we had no point guard in there, we blew leads the whole season.
I'm talking about in the playoffs when you tighten the roster, you're not even giving them bench dudes that many minutes. Would a bench player get 5 minutes in the playoffs? I'm talking about in the playoffs when our starter wasn't scoring. Maxey came in and almost willed us outside of the second round. So McCain is playing well. I'm not here to hate on McCain. He's playing far beyond my expectations. So you get them two in the backcourt when Maxey come back, we're gonna have a whole problem. If you would have had Maxey tonight, we could have won this game. We may have won if Maxey.
Or Paul George. One of the two. If you had Paul George, I think you could have won.
But my thing about the point guard position, and this is why I say about
Phil.
McCain. This is why I said if McCain coming off the bench and being your backup point guard, Paul George, because all right. So who's going to control the ball the most? McCain's not going to see the ball a whole lot. If you got PG, B, Maxey, and then start laying up, McCain's not going to see the ball a lot.
That's Tim.
Why do y'all keep saying Paul George? Paul George not a point. Paul George didn't want to play point guard for the Clippers. That's why they went and got James Harden. So stop telling me Paul George
where do you see that Paul George? When Paul George was the main one handling the rock, since he's been playing.
They wanted James Harden, him and Kawhi, because they wanted a point guard. This is why they went and traded for James Harden, because they wanted a point guard. So stop telling me Paul George is
So did you think they was bringing Paul George in here for Maxey to be the point guard? Was they bringing Paul George in here for Maxey to be the point guard?
McCain could run the team. You seen him running tonight. I bet you McCain got enough heart to tell B, get the behind over there. Get over there. Move here. No, don't get this ball. See, sometimes Max ain't got enough in him to not give Joel Embiid the ball. When he like, yo, no, do this, do that, run the play, do this, and we'll do that. I need somebody to do that. I need somebody to run the team.
Well, with the Sixers, when Paul George was here, he was the main one handling the rock in the games that he been here.
Yeah, but okay.
McCain, 34 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists, 46% field goal, 46% from 3. That's very 4 for 4 from free throw. Only 3 turnovers and 10 assists. That's
He's trash.
Who that?
McCain.
Okay, that was very impressive. That's very.
Was his fingernails painted tonight?
He had nail hardener on.
Yeah.
That's what we had on.
It was clear.
That's why he's able to do what he's able to do.
Listen, man,
he's ready to go.
But he mixes it in there. Like he fight for boards. He play aggressive defense.
You know how to get a shot. You know how to get a shot too.
He do. And that mid-range. See, what surprises me though,
mid-range is way better than Maxey. I'm sorry. He can get that mid-range.
But the thing about it, Maxey don't even use. Maxey should have been. I thought. Did somebody mention or Maxey said that he was working on his mid-range in the offseason? Oh. I didn't even see him use his mid-range. He still kind of uses his same moves when he tried to get past you and he used the floater. McCain actually uses his body to create separation for that mid-range. I'm just surprised Maxey don't use his mid-range.
McCain is stronger than he looks. Because he
actually looks strong. He don't look weak.
But I'm saying even the way he plays, when his hair flapping around and all that other stuff. He don't look like yeah. But when they go on down there and they like trying to he gets his body up in defense, he plays an aggressive physical type game.
He's more aggressive than he looks, you saying. He's more aggressive.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
He does play slower. And that's part of Maxey's problem is he tries to blow past everybody. McCain's not used to blow. When you can't blow past everybody like Maxey, you got to develop a more skill.
That's true.
Creating separation, trying to get your shot off over these dudes. See, Maxey's all about speed, and he never, since he don't really have to do that, which he should have been working on because the NBA got fast players too, and it ain't been working like it should. He needs to develop on creating space and getting that shot off.
And he has he worked on some of the step backs. Like Maxey got a nice game. Let's not get it twisted. You don't average 30 points to the beginning of the season and not having no nice game. Maxey game is nice. Sometimes I think
what's his efficiency? You like
we can look at that.
You're a big efficiency type dude.
It's way down.
It is. It's not as good because he was playing by himself. He didn't have nobody. We wasn't getting no clock.
He was playing by himself. He's still efficient.
McCain got he had Paul George the last game. Today his efficiency was down from before. His efficiency down was 46% today. I mean, that's not crazy high. You know what I mean? So, I do agree. Govey, I agree with you. He said Doc messed Maxey's game up, telling him to stop shooting that floater. I agree with that. That floater was patented. I don't know why he ever told him to stop shooting it. That irritated me. But when them two get together, I can't wait till Maxey come back. I've never been so optimistic about a loss in a long time. Yeah, the way that young boy played tonight, it got me hyped.
You know who his game is similar to a little bit is Brunson. Like, you know how Brunson
is.
I was thinking that too when I was watching.
Yeah,
without searching for the fouls and flopping all over the place. Right.
Yeah.
He might get a better three than Brunson though.
I don't know, Brunson. I don't know if it was last year in the playoffs, but Brunson went nuclear in the playoffs.
He went crazy on the Sixers. He went crazy.
His midi was nuclear, but his 3-point was good. It was solid, but I do think McCain's 3-point shot is better. But
I think we can do it too. We got enough.
Going back to my earlier point about Maxey in the playoffs. Remember that year when we did play the Atlanta? Just going back to that. We had George Hill as our backup point guard. He was injured. He just wasn't good. Those were the minutes that I would think that McCain coming in could play that position. That's what would have put us over top. George Hill was averaging 4 points and 2 points.
Somebody coming in to put us over top. Why are we going back 3 years? Maxey, what happened. Maxey Klay came in and won the game for us, and he would have probably won Game 7 if he had more time. So I don't know. Why are we trying to bring up?
You're assuming that he would have won the game.
No, we already won a game.
We won a game 6, and you're assuming that he was going to do it in Game 7.
So just like you're assuming McCain would have made such a difference. I'm trying to tell you, Maxey came in there and actually did it. So why are we going back 5 years to talk about something he did?
Because the one time that whenever Maxey does well, then he'd be like, okay, I shot too much now. I'm gonna let everybody else shoot. You need to have somebody that's don't care. They're just gonna have either a killer mentality or gonna be doing other things on the court to make everybody.
But see, do you think McCain's gonna have that same type of mentality when he's on the court with Paul George and Embiid and Maxey?
Absolutely.
You think he's still gonna have that mentality?
Brunson career is a 40% 3-point shooter. He shoots 39% from the three.
Who shoots 39?
Brunson. He's a career 39% 3-point shooter.
That's good. My only problem with the Sixers moving forward is I think we still a little too old on the bench. Like we got Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson, and what's the other ball? Kyle Lowry, Reggie Jackson, and Eric Gordon. Those are old. Those are three backup point guards. I think we need to get a little younger right there in that backup spot.
But if you got Dalton and you got McCain in there,
McCain started.
Like you still
McCain started.
Okay, and you got Dalton.
I don't like the bench right now. Moving forward. So we'll see. Listen, this name just gotta make some moves, man. That's all. The bull Murray.
As long as you ain't doing the bench like how Doc was doing a whole new 7 in there like that. If you stair step players in there and rotate them like that, it could work.
I mean, I don't see what Nurse is doing to win us the game.
I mean, that's the smartest thing you said all podcast. I do agree with that. He got to manufacture someone.
I've said a lot of things that's smart.
No, that right there was the best thing you said. You got to manufacture some wins as a coach.
Hold on, Ephraim. You must not have missed. I don't know if you watched the game earlier, but the way they were playing, they were moving the ball. They was moving without the ball. The first half, like the first 3 quarters, they were really playing team basketball, and I liked it. A lot of ball movement, a lot of screens, a lot of movement without the ball. Is that, and that's what I asked. Is this the Nick Nurse basketball? Are the players slowing down this Nick Nurse offense? Because to be honest with you, Maxey don't really move without the ball. Maxey doesn't know how to play, in my opinion, without the basketball. You know what I mean? He kind of stands around. You don't.
But that's coaching. Then that has to be coaching, because you have certain coaches that, regardless of who's playing, that's their system. You see their system.
So then, why do these other players, to Ethan's point, why these other players moving around and stuff like that? You see McCain running around the court all the time.
Yeah, they was doing a lot of running around, a lot of moving, a lot of screens. There was a lot of ball swinging.
And that's his game.
It could be either or. I mean, Ethan might have a point. It depends on if you talking about older players stuck in their ways. I don't care what you try to tell Harden. You think Harden running in circles around the basketball court, like trying to set screens and back screens and all? You think Harden doing that? Ain't no way. You tell Harden to do that, he's gonna laugh in your face and do a step back and shoot a step back 3. So it might be to Ethan's point. I mean, maybe this is the offense he really wants to run, and then some of these dudes don't. And you don't have the personnel. Like for real, somebody mentioned it too. Aldrin J said, y'all bench is way too old. Look at the Warriors. They surround their vets with young dudes. I've been saying that, Aldrin J. I always said you got to have a couple older players surrounded by younger players, because the younger players got energy to run, and they're also more coachable in a lot of instances instead of older players who've been dug into how they want to play basketball. They're not changing now.
Kyle Lowry, that's his guy. He's been running his office for the last 7 years. So you mean to tell me that Kyle Lowry just decided to go? He's not running.
He can't move. He's 38. He's 40. He's 40. What you want to do at 40?
This is the same offense that he ran in Toronto.
How much running?
Yes, he was 30. This is the same. Kyle Lowry has never been able to move. This is him. You act like he just slowed down last year. This is Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry was moving a little bit in Toronto, but if he wasn't moving then, he definitely not going to be moving that.
The problem is Lowry shouldn't be playing 25 minutes a game, and that's what he's playing this season.
Yeah, facts. And that's why I would tell you. So who do you want to start then? If you want to send McCain to the bench, who are you trying to start?
We're not. McCain's a starter.
No, Wayne. I'm asking Wayne. Wayne was the bench bull. Wayne wanted to send him to the bench.
He doesn't think like that no more. We changed his mind.
Okay. Why? How? If I'm starting, I'll go with the starting lineup I was looking at going with before. Where either I can start Yabusele at power forward, Paul George at small forward, and Oubre at the 2.
Who's your point? Well, Maxey playing your point? I thought we said Maxey couldn't play point.
Paul George is the one that's handling the ball when he's in there.
So
he's
Paul
playing
George
point forward.
So you want Paul George playing your
point? And if we're playing this style of ball where like either just talking about it, we're moving the ball around and swinging and all that other stuff. I mean, wasn't that what the situation was supposed to be coming in with those 3 playing, Paul George, Oubre, and B and Maxey? I
mean, I don't care what it started out with, based on new information, you gotta make the adjustment. The new information that McCain is that turned to baby Steph Curry or Brunson. You gotta put this dude in the lineup. insane.
Just because you're saying somebody's coming off the bench as your number one off the bench don't mean you cutting his minutes. He can still run 34 minutes off the bench.
So he don't help Joel Embiid get better because they can't double him. He'll help Paul George.
Let me just jump in real quick. Rookies with 34 points, 10 assists, and 2 steals in their first 11 games. There's only 3 people that ever did it. Jared McCain, Steph Curry, Jason Kidd.
I told you he the next Steph. I told y'all he the next Steph.
Calm down. Let's relax. Let's
All
talk
the
about
Bulls ever did it.
Let's talk about Steph Curry real quick. Did y'all
No,
see
we don't. No, I'm all right, y'all.
Nope.
No,
Did y'all see what he did last night?
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
All right, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
Did y'all see what he did last night?
We'll be right back here
No,
tomorrow.
listen. Calm down. Hold on. Calm down.
Sixers.
But real quick,
We'll be back on tomorrow night with the Eagles, right?
that's actually pretty impressive. He said 30 and 34 and 10. Only 3 players ever did that. That's actually a pretty exclusive club. But my thing is, Wayne, if you're going to do that, if you're going to give him 34 minutes, then why not start him anyway?
Because I'll tell you why. Because to me, if you got all these ball dominant players in your starting lineup, I like the idea of him coming into the game as soon as he comes in the game. Green light, he got the ball, it's his team when he comes in. And then you can slowly, mingle everybody else up in there. But I'm saying as of right now, like when those starters come off unless you had a ball in there, then when you sit some of the starters down, now he's in there and he's running things. But I think he does, even though he moves around without the ball, I think Maxey has to be on ball. I think Maxey's offense is predicated on him having the rock in his hand. And B's offense is predicated on him having the rock in his hand. And I do think Paul George is probably the best playmaker that they have out there, like handling the rock right now. So my only thing is with McCain starting, is he going to get them shot attempts like that? And I want to see him. I want to see him with that green light because he got that confidence to do it. Like I said, it don't matter if he comes in like 6 minutes into the game and he bring that energy, zip, 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 zip. It don't mean that now he got to go back to the bench when the starters come in. You still could, mix and mingle it up. That's a cool job.
I can see where you're coming from.
I'm not mad at him starting either, but I'm just saying,
I see what you're saying. I could buy a little bit of that. Just the freedom to kind of, like you said, to put the shots up when he get in the game.
Yeah, and I had to worry about, I got to get, because remember, that's how, with Maxey a little bit, it was like, all right, he didn't want to be like he's stepping on bead toes, and then, you had Ben and everything else. So it's like, even though I think McCain going to get his one, because that's what I'm saying. That's one of the things I like about the young boy. Even when his shot was off, when the boy got the ball, he going to shoot. He like, this is my shot that I shoot. I'm going to shoot it. So, and that was falling.
That's what I do like. Can you shut the show down? Ethan said StreamYard kicked them off, and I don't know where Tim at. When we got to shut it down, you got control? Tim is back. But there you go. But if you want to look around the league real fast, that what happened last night, we did have a pretty historic game. You had Klay Thompson going against his old team, the Golden State Warriors. Listen, that was a pretty historic game. If you're you talking basketball, right? You basketball fans. Obviously, I like, Golden State because I'm by default because I'm a Steph Curry fan. But what a way to end the game. Did you happen to catch the game or any highlights from the game?
No.
Okay, that's it. That's disrespectful. Because as a basketball, quote unquote, you like to consider yourself a basketball historian who know all this back, you digging the crates and all this. This was a game you had to watch because when you go back in time, 10 years removed from now, you'll be talking about the moment Klay Thompson returned home and how Steph Curry
cares about Klay anymore.
Hey, listen, Steph Curry, X-Men, you told me, it was one of y'all told me go. I tried to tell y'all, did I try to tell people? I came in here in the show. I said, yo, Golden State actually got a pretty nice squad. They actually got a pretty decent squad. I said Curry is definitely leading his team, but they got a solid gang of young boys who look like they're hungry. And somebody, X-Men, came in, they trash Golden State, they going to do nothing, blah, blah, blah. Well. They like 8-2, one of the best teams in the West right now. And they hooping. They play again, I think, Friday night, but Curry closed that game out. It's
going to be interesting to see what teams hold on. Like we see Cleveland getting off to this outstanding start.
Mm-hmm.
And is Milwaukee going to play this bad all season? I don't think the Sixers going to play this bad all season.
That's true.
So it's going to be interesting to see how stuff starts to play out.
Ooh, he said D. Marcus said Wemby had 50 tonight. Yeah,
Wemby the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. How marketable is he as like the next up type of dude? I don't know, but he definitely a freak athlete. Like to be that lengthy and can move and dribble like he can and all that.
And plays defense.
Yeah, block shot. What did he have? Like three blocks a game last year or something crazy like that. So and he's what I like about Wemby and what we talked about, what we didn't like about Joel. I constantly see him working out, not working on his game, but working out.
B gave Wemby 70 though. Let's not forget.
Yeah, that's young. That was young Wemby, but that was also in the era of call fouls on every play era before they started, harking down on ticky tack fouls a little bit too. You gotta remember that. That was when Luka. Remember, everybody was doing it. Cat had 60, Luka had 70, or I think Luka passed B. Then Luka had like 72 or 75. That's when we was getting a little ridiculous, and the NBA had to rein it in. But needless to say, I'm not hating on B. B's a great player.
Shout out to Greg Popovich too. He has a mini stroke, so he's away from the team right now. So
how about it?
But it's a lot of injuries right now, though. In the NBA, we got a lot of Bulls that's was having actually a good season. They all went out. Like I know KD went down for a few games. We missing Joel. It's a whole bunch of Bulls that's
This is the year of the injury, man. It's the year of the injury bug.
Yeah, a lot of
John Morant went down. He down for a couple weeks for his what's the name? OKC center Chet Holmgren got a bad hip. He landed on his hip when he tried to block somebody's shot or something.
Yeah. Funny, it's a lot of young players getting injuries, ain't it?
Tim, which one called the boy from Atlanta?
Banchero.
No, not him too, but
Trey.
Well, from Miami, from Orlando, Banchero got hurt.
Yeah.
What's the boy name you wanted to DeJounte
Murray.
DeJounte Murray. He out too with a broke wrist or something like that. So it's a lot of people. The only teams right now that's really kind of healthy, well, Boston ain't missing Porzingis, but Cleveland, majority of their players is healthy. That's why they winning so much. Golden State, the majority of their players is healthy. Phoenix was majority healthy until KD got hurt. So it's going to be like the last team standing. Whatever team could withstand the least amount of injuries is probably going to be, fighting for that number one seed at the end of the year. Because OKC going to probably fall off a little bit now that Chet is out. So
and I think that it matters what team is going to be hot down the stretch too.
Yeah,
that's true. Hopefully we could do a reverse and come and make a pull later on as the season ends. We get everybody back in the lineup and get.
Boston's the only team that's healthy right now.
In Cleveland.
Boston and Cleveland, yeah.
And Golden State.
Yeah, so Boston.
Yeah, well, they're top teams right now. Like I said, OKC and Suns was up there, but now we're going to see what happens with their stars out. So,
yeah,
I agree, Robert. The best ability is availability. That's the best thing you could bring to your team, managing the lineup.
I know a lot of bum dudes that's available all the time. That ability ain't all that great.
Like Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris never missed a game.
Yeah, exactly.
He's speaking about the better players.
Tobias was available like a mug.
Always.
Cavs and Warriors I think are legit. I think they'll be there toward the end of the season. I know X-Men keep trying to say they not a playing team. You crazy if you think Golden State going to be in it. Unless they have a catastrophic injury, they're not going to be in it.
You got to remember that Cavs team been together for like the third year they've been together, right? Because then they trade outlet. So maybe everything is starting to gel with them now.
I know Evan Mobley's always hurt, so for him to be healthy right now, that's making a world of difference for them.
That's huge. Now we was arguing
the other big.
We was arguing on our chat about Jared Allen, about him being reported as 6'9". Do we really believe that he's 6'9"? He looked more like he's about 6'11".
I swear they've been calling him 6'11", 6'10" for years.
Yeah, I gave y'all 4 different websites where they say he was 6'9".
He looked 6'9" to you.
I gave you ESPN. I gave it NBA.com. I gave you StatMuse.
Yes, I see it, but I'm asking you. I normally look at a player and compare him to the players he stands next to. Maybe it's the afro. Maybe the afro is adding on 2 to 3 inches. But he never. If somebody told me they give me $50,000 and the answer was 6'9" and 6'11", there's no way I'm picking 6'9". He's guaranteed in my mind 6'11". I agree. Most people in the comment section saying they think he's 6'11" easy. I agree too. I don't see no 6'9". I just don't. No. Tim did send all the stats. He did.
I feel like for years that they were saying that he was a 7-footer. That whenever they talk about you got the 7-footer going against Bede or 6'10", 6'11" going against Bede, that I feel like that's the way that they always talked about it.
Yeah. That's what I thought too. So I'm glad y'all chimed in because I knew we wasn't going crazy. I ain't no way I imagine him being no 6'9". 6'9" is a 1 inch above Paul George. Do you think that's where he at? He only an inch above PG.
The other day, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He looking beat eye to eye. So if you 6'9", you ain't looking beat eye to eye.
I don't think Embiid dwarfs him.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I don't see that. I don't see no dwarfing. I'm not saying he's not taller than him, but you dwarfing him? Nah, I just don't see it. But,
all right, y'all. Well, this was a good pod. We'll be right back tomorrow.
Who's our next game? Sixers game.
Friday.
Who we play?
Don't know.
So we running hot. We gonna see who can stand, whose availability is their best ability.
You're gonna find out. If Jalen balls, we know either Wayne or Ethan won't be here in the show. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We ball out tomorrow. What are y'all missing the show? I promise you that. If Jalen leads us to victory against the Commanders, one of y'all will be MIA.
That's a false narrative. That's a false narrative of me missing games when Jalen plays well.
This year, you've been pretty consistent. With
the year that he was in the MVP contention, I wasn't missing that many games, and he was playing the MVP level.
You missed a couple shows. Yeah, I think Tim remember you missed a couple shows.
You missed a lot. You told us.
I did not miss a lot.
I did not miss a lot. I don't like the NFL no more. I just rather have the NBA.
Oh, we played a match. Yeah, you was ready to turn your whole back on the league at one point. That is a good point.
Yeah, the NFL is corny.
All right.
Maybe
NFL is professional wrestling right now. They got the flops going on. The refs calling games to try to make sure Pat Mahomes doing everything. NFL, nigga, the shaky calls. All of a sudden there'll be a blatant call. Everybody looking at. We know what it is. NFL looking like the NBA back when.
No, I'm not buying that because I was saying that about the Super Bowl. Nobody was trying to hear me when I was saying how we got jobbed out of the touchdown. The whack holding call on Bradbury, the whack overturned catch by Devontae Smith. When I was calling all that, nobody was trying to hear me. Now I said the WWE. Nah, so we going with the narrative.
I agree that it was. First of all, that was a whole setup. They had the dude that was a Kansas City Chiefs fan for years be the grounds crewman, and it's amazing how the Eagles was slipping and sliding, but Kansas City wasn't.
I agree.
Come on, but the NFL be rigged with a lot of stuff. It irritates me a little bit. I still like football though, but the NFL irritates.
Yeah, they got his hook, line, and sinker. We back tomorrow. Eagles. Somebody said Eagles by 10. What's your prediction on the Eagles game before we get out of here?
Blowout.
Blowout. Pretty audacious. Wayne, Nathan?
We playing in Philly?
Yeah, I think it's in Philly, right?
Yeah.
I got Eagles by 7.
17.
I got Eagles by 13. 13 points.
We're gonna see if the defense is like they was. If the defense is for real and like they was, then I do think it'll be a night, maybe a double-digit win.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Eagles going to get a Eagles defense going to do most of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, go Ray. Some days they make me not want to be on here just because I don't feel like going through the foolishness.
Go Ray. When Embiid don't play, then what?
You still find a way to hate on him. So what difference do it make?
Yo, I love B. That's my man. That's my guy.
All right, Jalen. Jalen, 3 touchdowns, maybe 4.